What's up? What's up? Blackout man himself with an evil face you can't see. Excuse me, there I am. Away, away. Got three of them for you. Got three of them for you. And let's start with the number one, the most interesting, the one people are probably most interested to hear about. Riri Williams, Ironheart, number one, by Ewing. Was good. Was very good. Was very enjoyable. Here, let's get this where you can see my face. I will bless you all with my handsome exterior. You won't see my dark interior. Simply my handsome exterior. Anyway, moving along. Ironheart number one was good. It was like treated pretty much as a first appearance of the character. We got a lot of backstory made the character a lot of fun. Actually, made her pretty cool. She's got her own lab at a college, and her dean sort of invited a whole bunch of people into it, which then ensues in a mess, if you will. The character Crash, who was previously in some Spider-Man comics, is the enemy here, and was trying out for some sort of a squad that almost seems to be mentioned a few times here and there in Marvel right now. There must be something that's about to come up. And I won't say too much about the ending, but I'll just say it also established that she had a hard time around people. She is sort of an awkward person to be around. She doesn't particularly get subtlety. She's probably, could be on the spectrum, if you will. If anybody knows what that means, I'm sure you do. Anyway, just to keep it simple, it's a great story. A lot of fun, great beginning. I'd love to see what happens in number two, and the artwork was really good. I didn't make note of the artist, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. I should have done that. I actually have a list here for once, so I'll get down all the notes and all the points I meant to. So I'm very professional this time. I wrote down the stuff I wanted to say. It's a difference for me. And let's go over to Uncanny X-Men number 3. Continuing on with the Legion character popping in, which is the son of Professor X, who's sort of coming off as the bad guy here. Well, we get the ending of our recognizable team led by Bishop and Jean Grey fighting with these dinosaurs. There's sort of a distraction. Then we check in with the ones fighting with Legion, or sort of squabbling with Legion, which is the young X-Men, Pixie and Armor and Rockslide and all those fairly interesting characters. And Multiple Man's been sort of, they discover the actual Multiple Man who was kind of taken prisoner by Legion. So Legion might be the problem here. Legion's kind of infected his mind into all these multiple men, giving them various powers. But they don't seem to know who they are, and they're looking for Kitty Pryde. And good series so far. Yildiray Cinar was the artist this time. The writers are Matt Rosenberg and a cadre of others, 2 other writers. And they all do good work. They're actually the same people who've been working on all the X-Men for the last little bit, and they're all doing pretty great work. And last but not least, let's go with Fantastic Four number 4. The debut of the Fantastics, which I have to say are probably a jab at DC with their Terrifics replacement Fantastic Four, who, as soon as Fantastic Four came back, sort of blew them out of the water, it would seem, sales or something like that wise. It was kind of like a jab at DC, I'd say, over the Terrifics, which, by the way, is awesome. Really great series, aside from that they can't seem to stick with an artist on it. And this issue is drawn by Stefano Caselli, who is one of my favorite artists. Really underrated, really good. And the team sends back all of the various incarnations of Fantastic Four to their place, and they make their way from the other dimension to the regular Earth to have been replaced, or attempted replaced by this team of kind of knockoff heroes, let's just say. And they're fighting the Wrecking Crew, it's all staged, let's just say. It's all staged. It was funny. And the artwork is great here. It's nice to see them. The Baxter Building is not going to be their home anymore. Alicia Rhodes and the Thing are about to get married in the 650th issue next week, 2 weeks, month, whenever it comes out. The next issue should be great. I guess it's kind of confusing that I said number 4 and now I say 650th, but I think that's legacy numbering, and they want to do a lot of that here and there, at least. I think they want to capitalize on any time they can put a big number on something to try to hike up the price just for some short story at the end, let's be honest. Some crappy 8-pager at the end that's nothing anyone would have bought on its own, but we're going to hope that's not the case. And if they do it with some heart or with some fun, it can be good. And it adds to a graphic novel when you get the thick book. So anyway, it's a bit of fun. It's good. Um, I'll give ratings to these really quickly. I'd say Ironheart would get a 7 out of 10 stars. I am definitely curious to see what happens next. Uncanny X-Men, again, curious to see what happens next. It was enjoyable, probably 6.5. And Fantastic Four was good, and I'd give that a 6.5 also. So no 10s this week, which is fine, but none of these were a dud. And the best one out of the batch was the Ironheart issue, which is good. That's what it should be. It's a first issue. Great work, guys, over at Marvel or gals, and I'm really enjoying what you're doing. So let me know what you think if you checked out any of these. If you got any suggestions, I'll probably do some more of my indie stuff here in the next little bit. That'll be my focus for the next little while. Aside from, I'll probably still do the stuff that comes out as it's coming out here and there, the stuff I'm reading, just to chat with you guys about the current stuff. But Marvel's doing great work, and I will go ahead and address the elephant in the room really quickly. I've not been enjoying what DC is doing. I haven't been enjoying Bendis on Superman. He just has 80% talking heads, 20% action. It's boring. They're called action comics. Let's put some action in them. I do not like Rick Grayson trying to change Dick Grayson to Rick Grayson in the Nightwing comics. I have not been enjoying Heroes in Crisis. That's not to say that DC hasn't done anything good. The Green Lantern has been good, and Shazam has been good. But I don't know if I want to report on those when they're doing a little bit wrong. This is my political view, if you will, is you don't talk about something if you're not liking it right then, or if you're not loving it. Now, and I have enjoyed, by the way, Shazam was really good, and Green Lantern was really good. So I do suggest checking them out. Morrison doesn't fail, and Shazam, I mean, Dale Eaglesham, it's great to see him drawn again. Loved his work over at CrossGen. And, of course, we all love Johns. So, anyway, take care, guys. Have a great evening. Be smooth. Chat with me in the comments if you like. If you've read any of these and you oppose my view and or agree with it, let's hear it. And let me know if I gave you a good suggestion, for example, on Ironheart, and you're going to end up checking it out. Take care of yourself, folks. Gregor Black, Blackout ENT, on SoundCloud. Check that out if you like dark rap music. I don't know. Anyway, take care. Big Smoke Half Dead. Adios.